I'm just so embarrassed. If you're Ukrainian, I'm so sorry. But here's the full meeting with Trump and Zelensky.
Him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. That people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
Very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of
What are you speaking
America
about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can-
in big
can-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
allowed.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
allowed.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank-
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment.
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave, but they had to
president.
use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course,
It's
yes.
going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of
Except
times
that there,
thank you
except
to
that-
American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't, please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're
I
saying
said-
you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
that
what
wasn't
this
with me.
is. It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your,
with, that
this
was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make,
Uh,
because the attitudes have to change.
what if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you
but
saying?
what
She's
if
asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
But what if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now?
But they have
Okay?
broken
What if they
ceasefire.
broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden, because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
But what,
Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh?
What I'm trying to say is, shut up. You better say thank you. You never say thank you. You have to say thank you to Dad, President Trump, King. Say it.
Yeah, dog. Baby, this Ukraine meeting getting heated. Spicier than Christmas dinner after somebody spiked eggnog. A heifer hoe riding a jalapeno. Hot with 7 T's, huh? JD started it, and baby Trump finished it. Trump dog walked him like a little bitch.
You bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. If it is respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country.
He said, bitch, just say thank you, honey, thank you. Then they like a bunch of relatives at Thanksgiving dinner.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to
I'm like my Aunt Rosemary after she eats 5 rounds of catnip. You're not going to tell me how I'm going to feel. I'm going to sleep with who I want to. And check out ZZ. He's like, yes, Daddy. Like a kid being scolded.
You're in no position to dictate that. Remember this.
Ooh, he got the
You're in
finger
no
up.
position to dictate.
Trump's new nickname is Big Balls Bartholomew. Trump just told him, he said, bitch, you ain't got the cards. You trying to play poker with 2 jokers. We know.
I think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly.
Little Carolyn Levitt came out at Trump. What do you mean?
Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
No, shut the fuck up. No.
Not a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this.
I
You have a.
And just that fast, he didn't know.
You're not winning this. You have a
I know. Wait, what?
damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone. And
I know Timu ZZ Top ain't trying to tell everybody that he been alone. What the fuck is we? Brother, you is getting your ass beaten very slowly, and that's because of us.
I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
allowed.
cabinet.
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
allowed.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment. You didn't have
you
our
invited
military
me.
equipment.
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment,
Your ass would have been grass. Sit down, Zelensky Daddy's home. This ain't JoJo Siwa or Cackling Kaka.
this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin.
They heard it from Putin. Now you heard it from Trump too.
But you're saying you don't want to cease
But I
fire.
said to you,
I want to cease fire.
ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
Nobody cares.
For you,
With a guy named Biden who is not a smart person.
It was your president.
Excuse me, that was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelin. Problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy.
A tough guy.
And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And people
Amen,
are very
honey.
brave. They're going to make a deal, or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
He even slung shit at the reporter.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if
Zelensky just shaking his head.
head right now? Okay? What if they broke?
But if a bomb drops on your head right now, this motherfucker kills me. America.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What an embarrassment. 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 The cringe. 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 It's the cringe. The cringe. Oh, that meat. Oh my God. I can't believe that just happened.
I don't think we've seen anything like this in American politics. A heated meeting between Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky in the Oval Office on Friday erupted into a shouting match, leading to Zelensky leaving the White House early and the cancellation of a planned news conference. The exchange became hostile when Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance criticized Zelensky, insisting he should be more grateful for U.S. support in what they called a war Ukraine cannot win. Zelensky reportedly said, "You in his native language during one part of the exchange. Apologies for the foul language. Trump made it clear that continued U.S. support was conditional, telling Zelensky to make a deal or the U.S. is out. After the meeting, Trump doubled down on Truth Social, stating Zelensky can come back when he is ready for peace. The fallout also derailed a major U.S.-Ukraine rare earth minerals deal, which would have granted the U.S. access to Ukraine's valuable mineral resources in exchange for investment and security guarantees. Instead, the agreement was left unsigned. Ukrainians were also told to leave the White House after the tense exchange. Ukrainian officials who had been waiting in a separate room were informed that further discussions would not take place. According to CNN, the group had expected to reconvene over lunch, but instead, White House staff instructed them to leave, while the prepared meal remained untouched on carts outside of the press secretary's office. With Zelensky leaving Washington without a deal, tensions between the U.S. and Ukraine appear to be at a breaking point. The future of American support remains uncertain, as is the fate of the minerals agreement.
When I tell you I will never forgive people for voting back that orange bastard into office, I just watched this man berate Zelensky for 5 minutes straight. You would have thought, you don't know whose side the U.S. is supposed to be on, how he's, even though we're supposed to be on President Zelensky's side. How that orange bastard and that fat face of Vance were berating him for 5 minutes. And then you had people around them cackling, oh, why don't you wear a suit? This man's country is being invaded by an enemy of ours. But Trump's too far up Putin's ass to smell his nutsack that he don't realize that that is literally an enemy of the United States of America. And y'all are asking this man about a suit? Embarrassing. There's no way to even flip this to look good. Embarrassing.
First of all, that meeting did not have to go as drastically as it did. Trump and J.D. Vance did not have to attack Zelensky the way they did. It was unfortunate to watch. Seriously.
Okay, well, this interaction is... I never heard anybody talk like that to somebody before. That's like chastising their freaking child. How are you going to say that this man doesn't want peace and he signed a peace agreement to have peace, but Putin backfired on it? Why are you not going in on Putin? Like, how, like everybody said, this is hella embarrassing. You berate this man saying he's not thankful, and well, Biden was stupid for giving him weapons and money. Yeah, that, we people had to give him. But to say that this man doesn't want peace, of course he does. He's losing the war. You say we're on brink of war. We've been on brink of World War III. We've been. Putin wants to nuke the hell out of us. Don't we see that? And I know Trump is trying to bring peace because I know he talked to Putin before he became president. But for this man to go off and disrespect Mr. Zelensky is very, how can I say this? Effed up. This man needs to be impeached. Somebody else needs to be in this office. The way he just talked to this man, he basically told this man to shut the hell up. When you see the video, this is basically what he's telling these people, telling this man. Sorry. And for Zelensky to say that he's been doing this alone, no, that's the one thing I agree with Trump is you haven't been doing this alone, because Biden's been giving you money, weapons, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's even American troops on the ground. I wouldn't be surprised. So no, Zelensky, you haven't been doing this on your own. America's been backing you. And that right there, I think that's why Trump wants to abandon, because he feels like Zelensky's not grateful. I mean, from what I heard, allegedly, that Zelensky was taking the money, snorting coke with it, partying with it, allegedly, that this man was doing. Look, this. So, as I'm reading this, you guys, Trump said, "You're either going to make a deal or we're out. If you're out, you'll fight it out. And I don't think it's going to be pretty." And I know Zelensky said, yes, we're losing. I think he knows that they're losing because Putin is up there with nukes. Isn't him and China together, with the weapons? You guys, like they said, I think World War III is already here. It just hasn't gotten to America yet. I don't know when World War III is going to step on America's door, but we need to be prepared because they're going to fight it on American soil. It's not like, they fought it in, Ukraine or I don't know, the Philippines, right? It's going to be fought here. And it's going to start with a nuke. This is crazy. This is what's going to start being about because there's no peace. And I think they said if America gets involved, yeah, it's going down. And I think it's been going down for a while. We just haven't seen anything yet. It says, I determined that President Zelensky is not ready for peace in America and is involved because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want advantage. I want peace. He disrespected the United States of America in his cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he's ready. I don't think Zelensky disrespected him just by walking off, because I would feel berated and stuff if you're constantly talking over me and telling me how I feel. Yes, I would walk off too. I don't care if it's the United States. I would walk off too. Well, who knows what this is going to do? Right. Exactly. No other president has lashed out. Trump is really doing us a disservice, the American people. And like I said, it won't be long until we see war. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be next year, but it will be soon coming if this man keeps acting like this. Because having this man read before he was president, how many times Kim Jong-un, said he's gonna nuke, right? We lucky. We are lucky. Oh my God. So Trump shouted at the Ukrainian leader, and I don't know why you shouting. Why are you shouting? If they were friends, saying the Russian leader has been through a lot with me and enduring the Russia hoax, referring to the investigation of Mr. Putin's clandestine efforts to help Mr. Trump in the 2016 election. I don't think Putin helped. What is Putin gonna do? You know, nobody. If we've been supporting Ukraine all this time, I don't think a wedge is gonna come between us. But this war has been going on since 2020, and I don't see no conclusion to it. I really don't. So now that Zelensky can't ask for money because Trump ain't going to give it to him, okay? I wonder what he's going to do next and how he's going to try to win this. How are you going to ask Mr. Zelensky to step down? Step down for what? Wow. Yeah, I think he was ambushed. You guys, the one thing I noticed that who wasn't sitting in JD Vance's seat was the co-president. I really looked at that and said, damn, I had to rewind it a couple of times. I'm like, damn, there is JD Vance. Yeah, I was looking for Musk. You know, I was really looking for Musk. Yo, what? JD Vance really said that? He's like he never supported the Ukraine in 2022. And he said, I really don't care what happens to Ukraine. Yo, that's crazy shit. What? Whoa, so that's why he's calling this man just because he don't give a damn. Mr. Zelensky hurriedly arranged visit to Washington to sign that deal was meant to smooth over tensions with Mr. Trump, who just last week patrioted Russia talking points by falsely claiming that Ukraine started the war and calling Mr. Zelensky a dictator without elections. Yo, who's calling who a dictator? Yo, you doing shit that's fucking up the United States. And nobody has a say. You and Musk is ramming us through the ringer. Oh, Lord, a dictator. Wow. But you guys, from my memory, I don't know about Charles, but Russia started that war. He went over there and started bombing them people because he want that land. He said, I want that shit back. Y'all gonna give it back. Today was a shit show. A real shit show. Oh, boy. So Zelensky also expressed skepticism of peace efforts mentioned by the co-president. Y'all look at me. By JD Vance. So JD Vance replied, I am talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country. What about the United States? You ain't concerned about your boss destroying the United States. Yo, come on now. He accused Zelensky of mounting a propaganda tour in the United States. Do you think it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration who's trying to prevent the destruction of your country? But yo, Zelensky said his country is already destroyed. What are you preventing? You need to prevent the destruction of this country. And sit your ass down somewhere. So he set off Mr. Trump, who cut off Mr. Zelensky. Don't tell us what we're going to feel, he said, raising his voice. We're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. I'm not playing cards, Mr. Zelensky replied. I'm a very serious, Mr. President. I'm the president in a war. Thank you. See, y'all. You're gambling with War 3, Mr. Trump retorted, I'm sorry. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have. Mr. Vance jumped back in. Why is he jumping back in? That's what I'm saying. He just can't keep his damn mouth shut. Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No. A lot of times, Mr. Zelensky said, even today, Mr. Vance then accused him of campaigning for the opposition by visiting an ammunition plant. What?